is Bad Axe Bourbon. I'm Bobby. Got a pretty sweet show set up for you today. A little bit different. I'm gonna play with a little bit of fire today. How about a smoked old fashioned? Like that? So, my sister and my brother-in-law were gracious enough to give me, I didn't know this existed, some High West pre-made old-fashioned mix. When I make an old-fashioned for myself, for my wife, I like with bourbon typically. Like this place called Purgatory turned me on to Old Granddad. So of course I went down the Old Granddad road and really liked that a lot. Then I had to kick it up a notch to Old Granddad 114. That's even better. So that might be, for an old fashioned, Old Granddad 114 might be my favorite. Because I like it sweet and I like the proof, like I said in previous videos. So that'll give me a make it sweet, but that keeps the proof up for me, doesn't get watered down. Anyway, this is a High West Old Fashioned barrel finished cocktail. It says old fashioned made with straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, and bitters. It's all in here already. So that's cool. So that's gonna help me out for this video. It's really good. I've had one. My wife and I have both had one with this. It says it's got enough for 12 cocktails. It's 86 proof. No, it's good. I mean, the flavor is really good. I personally like the like I said, the proof kicked up a little bit, but this, it drinks a little bit hotter. I think it drinks about low 90s, you know, not quite mid 90s, maybe 93. This set that Santa or my wife got me for Christmas called Smokeboards. It's gonna allow us to smoke the old fashioned. It's pretty sweet. We get to play with, responsibly play with fire, right? Axe's Fire Bourbon. Duh. So we got pecan, applewood, and cherrywood. We got a jar right here. I am going to do the old, let's see, I like sweet, so I'm gonna do the old cherrywood right here. All right, put those down here. Get some of these. Doesn't take very much actually. Doesn't take much at all to get that smoke. I mean, it can last a long time. Let's get this out the way here. Now, get this jar ready. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's so simple. Even I can do it. Here we go. So we're gonna fire this sucker up. Get this sucker going. Woo! All right, so you can burn that a little bit. Blow it out, put an ounce and a half here. The longer you leave it in there, the more smoke accumulates. And now I'm going to over, pour that in there, put that lid on it before too much smoke escapes. Shake that sucker up. Woo! Let it sit. Got my big cube. Normally I did a big old sphere in there, you know, the ones that are nice and clear and all that, but I used the last one. Didn't replenish it, so now I gotta use one of these old air-filled square cubes. Ugh. Pour that in there. You can make it bigger, obviously. I would normally double the sucker up. I normally put an orange peel on there as well. And of course, you gotta have Luxardo cherry, of course. Right, so people say Luxardo cherries are so expensive. Well, that's probably people that haven't tasted Luxardo cherries and compared them to everything else. Are they more expensive? Yeah. Are they worth it? Yeah. Once you have one, it's really hard to go back to any other cherry. Put that in there. Of course, I like a sweet, so I gotta drill some of that Luxardo cherry juice in there. Oh yeah. Gotta have it. Right on. That is a smoked old fashioned with the Smokeboards and the High West old fashioned pre-made cocktail. Shoot, I'm sure there's 1,000 ways to make a smoked old fashioned, but this is a fun way. The one I had the other day was pretty good. I used the apple wood. My wife used the pecan wood. Both really good. It's the first time I had the cherry wood. You ever see it? We can smell it. Man, that is good. You can really taste the smoke. So simple. A mason jar. Make the wood smolder. Pour the whiskey in the jar, shake it up, infuses it into the bourbon. That's it. Got to play with fire. You know what? I didn't rate this thing. This whole setup little here, this little fight, I'm sure there's more of these setups. This is just the one. This is the one I got. It's pretty cool. I will give it. You know what? We're gonna rate this with axes, right? So we go. We're gonna go 4.5, 4 to 4.5 axes. So good because it's a cool setup. We'll go 4.5 axes. I would give it 5 axes, but one thing it didn't come with is the butane to put in this thing. So I was sitting there on Christmas Day. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna have an old fashioned. I'm gonna have a smoked old fashioned. I'm gonna play with some fire. I get this thing, click, 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 click. Nothing. No butane. It didn't come with it. So it was Christmas Day, nowhere's open. I couldn't go get any butane. Anyway, I wasn't going to. So went to the hardware store the next day or two after that. Put that sucker in. Had some fun playing with fire responsibly. And I made my first smoked old fashioned. It was delicious. So there you go. So that is not quite bad axe. It's pretty close. It would be bad if it came with butane. Smokeboards, you hearing me? If it came with the butane, it would be bad axe. All right. So that's another episode of Bad Axe Bourbon. I'm Bobby. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. And most importantly, sharing good bourbon with friends and family is Bad Axe. Thanks for watching. Till next time.